Co-parenting is next, and it is really, really hard. I get it. I'm there. I've been there. I'm still there. It's just a difficult process to navigate. However, this is how you will be able to co-parent more successfully. So it's recognizing each parent's power. So we can have a lot of hatred towards the ex, but a healthy co-parent relationship allows for an awareness of how important that other parent is in your children's lives. So valuing your child's opportunity to spend time with the other parent will allow you the time to appreciate the importance of instilling the right values in your own children and in their children too. And I know it can be difficult when you, especially when you have a narcissistic ex, especially when you are battling that. But it's about seeing past that and recognizing that they still have an important part to play in your children's lives, not in your life, but in your children's lives. Don't engage in manipulation. That's when the children really suffer. So manipulation is never cool. It just can have so much effect, like a lifetime effect on children. But recognizing that children do need both parents in their life and staying out of anything to do with their relationship, the other parent and your children's relationship, so far as you can. Having clear boundaries, I think this is a really important one actually. It's learn to recognize what you've got control over and what you don't. You know, you simply can't control what the other parent is doing when your children are with them, you know, so they also can't do that to you. So it's recognizing and ensuring that those boundaries are understood between both parents. And I struggled with that at the start, actually, because I struggled with him bringing the new partner into my children's lives. But I don't have any control over that. So letting go of that, want to control that element, really helped me to move forward. Willing to be flexible, so establishing a routine for the children is extremely important because there's going to be times you might need to deviate from that schedule. So becoming willing to be flexible really is important. And it's also a far healthier approach actually to maintain those communications with your ex. So if somebody does want or does need to swap a weekend or a day, it's about offering that flexibility. And I know this isn't an ideal situation, and I know life isn't always ideal, but it's trying to stick with this process as much as possible that you can then move forward and co-parent successfully for you, for the sake of your children. Deferring to one another. Again, this is a really healthy sign during divorce. So when parents work well together for the goodness of their children, the children always benefit. So rather than reaching out for a babysitter or a grandparent, which was what was in my case, or in his case was always his girlfriend, always ask the other parent first. And actually just recently, my ex and I have been doing this with our children are doing football and each one has to be somewhere different at the weekend. And actually he has been deferring to me where he didn't before. And that was a real bugbear for me because I believed I should be the one taking my child to their matches, not the girlfriend. And he has been doing that. And I appreciate that. And I've always done that in return, actually, to be fair. Now, ensuring that your children think you get along well, even if you don't, is quite important. So my children are always happier when me and my ex are on talking terms. And it is just, I can visually see how happier they are because then they don't feel the need that they've got to monitor what they say around either person. We can have a family discussion because you are still a family. You are still the mum. If you're the mum, they are still the dad. If they're the dad, they are still the children. So it's so important to recognize you're still a family. You're just not together as a couple, and it's not that type of family, but you'll always be a family. So actually showing that respect for the other parent enables the child to relax around you both and gain back their autonomy, which is so important. The last one is attending events without tensions, because my children, they were so noticeably wary when both myself and my ex had to attend events. We were at one point, I mean, he wouldn't even show me eye contact. We were that acrimonious. We didn't show each other, and that must have been awful for my children. Now we can be at the same place, we can talk face to face, we can be amicable most of the times, not always. That, like I say, an ideal world doesn't come around easily. But, you know, children seem to be on edge when the parents don't get on. It's almost like they feel that there could be an argument, and children will naturally feel it's their fault. It's just how children's minds work. So that's not healthy. So even if you can just pretend that you get on when you're in the company of the children, will make such a huge difference.